Now 3.4.31. Monks, those families where mother and father are worshipped in the home are reckoned like unto Brahma. Those families where mother and father are worshipped in the home are ranked with the teachers of old. Worthy of offerings, monks, are those families where mother and father are worshipped in the home. Brahma, monks, is a term for mother and father. Teachers of old, monks, is a term for mother and father. Worthy of offerings, monks, is a term for mother and father. Why so? Because mother and father do much for children. They bring them up, nourish and introduce them to the world. This is another sutta where the Buddha is teaching us to have a lot of love and respect for our parents because we owe a lot to them. If we have a lot of respect and love for our parents, then even the devas have respect for us. Now we come to 4.6.55. On a certain occasion, the Exalted One was staying among the Bhaga near Crocodile Haunt at Besakala Grove in Antelope Park. Now in the morning, the Exalted One robed himself, and taking outer robe and bowl, set out for the dwelling of the house father, Nakula's father. On coming there, he sat down on a seat made ready. Then the house father, Nakula's father, and the housewife, Nakula's mother, came to see the Exalted One, and on coming to him paid homage, and sat down at one side. So seated, the house father, Nakula's father, said this to the Exalted One: Lord, ever since the housewife, Nakula's mother, Nakula Mata, was brought home to me when a mere lad, she being then a mere girl, I am not conscious of having transgressed against her, even in thought, much less in person. Lord, we do desire to behold each other, not only in this very life, but also in the life to come. Then the housewife, Nakula Mata, said this to the Exalted One: Lord, ever since I, a mere girl, was led home to the house father, Nakula Pita, when I was a mere lad, I am not conscious of having transgressed against him, even in thought, much less in person. Lord, we do desire to behold each other, not only in this very life, but also in the life to come. Then the Buddha said, Herein, householders, if both wife and husband desire to behold each other, both in this very life and in the life to come, and both are matched in faith, matched in virtue, matched in generosity, matched in wisdom, then do they behold each other in this very life and in the life to come. This is an interesting sutta for a lot of people. These two persons, Nakula Mata and Nakula Pita, they were supposed to have been the Buddha's parents for many, many lifetimes in the past. And they were a very perfect couple until very old. They were still very much in love with each other. And they say that even from the moment they saw each other, beheld each other until very late in life, they never thought anything bad against the other person, never had any anger against the other. So they wanted to meet again in the next life. And the Buddha said, if you want to meet each other in the next life, you both must have the same, four things must be the same. First one is faith. Second one is virtue. Third is generosity. Fourth is wisdom. In other words, you have the same faith, you have the same beliefs, the same religion. The second one, you are equally matched in virtue. That means you are equally virtuous or equally evil. Third one is generosity. You are equally generous or equally selfish. And then the fourth one is wisdom, equally wise or equally foolish. Then with these 4 qualities, you'll meet again and again. So from here, you can imagine if you want the members of your family, if you love them, you want them to meet, to be with you again, you must teach them to have these 4 things, the same with you. So if you want to meet your children, you must teach them to follow the same religion, to have the same faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and then to be as virtuous as you, to keep the precepts just like you, to be generous just like you, and to have wisdom just like you. So it is important, as this sutta shows, that if we love those people we love, we must teach them to walk the same path as us, and then we can meet them again and again. 4.26.255, the Buddha said, "Whatsoever families, monks, having attained greatness of possessions, fail to last long, all of them do so because of these 4 reasons, or one or other of them. What for? They seek not for what is lost. They repair not the decayed. They eat and drink to excess. They put in authority a woman or a man that is immoral. Whatsoever families, having attained greatness of possessions, fail to last long, all of them do so because of these 4 reasons, or one or other of them. Whatsoever families, monks, having attained greatness of possessions, do last long, all of them do so because of these 4 reasons, or one or other of them. What for? They seek for what is lost, repair the decayed, eat and drink in moderation, and put in authority a virtuous woman or man. Whatsoever families, having attained greatness of possessions, do last long, all of them do so because of these 4 reasons." That's the end of the sutta. So the Buddha here is saying that if we want the family riches to last from generation to generation, these 4 things you must bear in mind. One is not to be frivolous, to seek for what is lost, to be careful. What is lost, you don't just forget about it, you take the trouble to look for it. The second one, you repair the decayed, not being a spendthrift or wasteful. What can be still used, you repair it. The third one, eat and drink in moderation. That means you enjoy in moderation. The fourth one, you put into authority somebody with sila, somebody with precepts, with moral conduct. If you put somebody in authority without sila, without precepts, he or she will swindle all the money, and you'll find all the money gone. So these are the 4 ways to preserve the wealth in the family.